All right, we are joined right now by James Gatt. Could you please introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm here today. I'm a student of 17 years. I come from Malta, and I came here to talk about Android's open source nature and custom ROMs. So
Amazing. So you gave a talk today, and
Yeah.
so you just said it was about Android open source and what?
So, like literally not long ago when it finished, I was talking about all the benefits of the open source nature of Android. Anyone can use it, anyone
Yeah.
can develop, anyone can do whatever they want with it. And a consequence of that is custom ROMs. And custom ROMs can help many people with maybe a device running out of support. It can extend its lifetime, put a new skin on it, have a new feeling, have new features, and many others. So it's quite plentiful to talk about.
Wow, that's fantastic. And so I'm just blown away. So was this your first ever conference talk?
I did give a talk back in Malta, literally in June 21st.
Okay.
It was at a Google I/O Extended with the GDG group there in Malta. But a big conference like this was the first time I've actually been.
Wow. And actually that makes me also very excited because I'm like a student and you're already giving this big talks.
Yeah.
I think you did mention you're 17?
Yeah.
Wow.
So how is that experience getting exposed to this big conference, this big world? What do you think? How are you feeling?
I mean, obviously, it's something new. It's a new step in my adventure. It's great, mostly not just giving a talk, but literally being here, getting approached by people you don't know, and they're so friendly, and you can relate so much to. So that's something which really struck into mind. You know, it was something big I noticed immediately. So apart from that, it was nice having the stage, and not only that, but after I had questions which I could actually sort of respond and give helpful advice to people who actually need advice about open source Android and how they're using it. So
Amazing.
Amazing. I mean, I'm out of words because I'm like, this is wow. And I have another question. So preparing your talk, did you find it hard to submit your talk? Like, have you tried this before? Or this is your first time trying it?
So literally it came as a good sort of consequence that I had Google I/O Extended before here because it was like for a smaller crowd.
Yeah.
But I noticed when I was doing that talk, I did preparations, there was a template, here there wasn't. I had to sort of improvise on making something unique and nice, which suits what I'm talking about. But when I first went to Google I/O Extended 2022 Malta, I sort of felt I had a script in mind. I written it just because I could forget some stuff. But when I went there, it's all intuition and something like that. So it's really good. I mean, it's something which is a part of you, and you sort of, since I'm oriented around Android development for 6 years, it came out naturally. So, there's a questions, all right, I need to talk about this slide, but apart from that, I need to talk about what I know.
So how did you get involved in the Android and the custom ROMs and all that?
So it's actually really funny because I was only 8 or 12.
Wow.
When I was grumpy that my Android tablet didn't have updates like at all. And I was like, wow, it's really slow and it doesn't seem like many apps are working. So I'm just like, all right, how do I keep going on? And then discovered custom ROM. Like, wow, this is great. I installed a custom ROM, like this is like a key to unlocking so many things. And once I sort of started flashing ROMs onto my phones and kept using them for a while, I'm like, I need to become a part of this community. So I started developing custom ROMs, became like official members of custom ROM distributions, and now I'm even trying to make my own custom ROM. So
that's amazing. Well, I definitely want to catch the recording of your talk. It sounds fascinating.
Thanks.
What would you tell other students who want to get more involved?
So that's particularly a big hurdle here in Malta back when I was there, because not many at all do sort of low-level Android development at all. So whenever I hear somebody who's not really technical, I'm going to throw my phone away, you know, my Android phone away. After like 2 years of support, I'm like, you should really get into Android custom ROMs. And they're like, oh, what are those? And they're like, oh. And I start explaining, oh, I didn't know that I could do that.
Yeah.
So it's quite fascinating, and their reaction is just priceless.
Cool.
So 8 is a little bit young. So I want to know a little bit. When did your parents, or how did you know you wanted to join programming or this community? Or I just want to know your intuition. What led you to the community at Android?
So yeah, very good question.
Yeah.
My parents weren't involved. It was all solo.
Oh, wow.
So my family isn't an Android family.
Okay.
It's just me.
Okay.
But
Same.
there's a community on XDA.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever heard of them. They're really good. I mean, they post forums, and you can actually start your own thing, and you gather a community. And once you start getting this community as a developer, they start sending you issues. You're like, oh, okay, I didn't know about this issue. I didn't encounter it.
Yeah.
So you start fixing them, and you start being involved. So you're like, okay, what's my next big step? So,
Wow.
I mean, DroidCon showed up, and I was like, oh, this is my big step.
Wow.
Cool. So how did you discover DroidCon?
So I was led to know about DroidCon from Danny Priusler.
Okay.
We've been in touch over the years.
Oh, yeah.
And he's always been like, oh, there's DroidCon in Berlin. I'm like, wow, a convention full of like people who understand the develop Android at a technical level.
Yeah.
This is a dream come true. And it wasn't until this year where it was like, go ahead, submit a paper.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just like, all right, I'm doing this. And
He did it. He went for it.
and then I went
Amazing.
for it.
Yeah.
And then once I got the email after my exams, because I was mid-exams, congratulations, you've been selected to talk at Droid. I'm like, wait. Obviously, you had to start planning travel costs, and
Yeah.
we're obviously here now, but yeah, we didn't know, like, especially with COVID, how this thing
Yeah.
would come up. So yeah, it's great to be here, especially for the first time as a speaker.
Yeah,
Wow.
well, I'm still blown away. That's so
Me too.
impressive. Like, I can't state that enough. Have you attended other talks?
Like at DroidCon.
Yes,
Of course,
th-
yes.
This week.
I've attended the Inside the JIT folder.
Oh
Love
yeah.
his talk, Ben, I think.
Yep.
I've seen the keynotes. Memory handling, I think, was one of them, and like performance, app performance. Yeah, I've been trying to get around more about Android because obviously Android custom ROM development is more low level,
Yes.
and like many talks here are about app development,
Yes.
Yeah.
optimizing your app. So I'm just like, oh, I've never seen sort of
Yeah.
what goes through the process of developing an app. So might as well give it
Cool.
a look.
Try.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And actually, that makes me ask you. I know you might have answered this, but I'm wondering: do you feel like you'll come to the next DroidCon? Do you love it? What do you think about the community?
I mean, I certainly love it.
Nice.
I can't promise that I'll be here every year because, you know, it's
You
quite
say that
costly.
Yeah, you say that now.
But hey, I mean, the future is bright. I'm still in
Yes.
university.
Yeah.
If I get an opportunity to like move country or like have a location where there is DroidCon, not because DroidCon should be held in Malta, because it shouldn't. It's too small. But yeah, I would, if I have enough resources and I have enough courage and give a new talk,
Oh.
certainly.
I mean,
Wow.
you're still young. The future is bright. You will have enough talent. I feel like you're set up for success already.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Because
So
there's so many people here you can connect with. Yeah.
yeah, you've enjoyed the conference experience. Have you talked with people outside of the talks, like
Yeah.
you know, out in the
Um,
booths?
so sometimes I like Ben's talk for JIT. I literally went up on stage after and thought, hey, congratulations.
Wow.
And then we sort of kicked off a conversation.
Oh, yeah,
and
he's
we're
great.
like, yeah, he's really great. Especially his talk was like super full of energy. It was funny, so it was only natural that I thought, hey,
Yeah.
I loved it. But apart from that, even like going to lunch, I met a person in line. I'm like, hey, what do you do here? And we sort of kick off conversations, and some others, obviously, which I sort of expected to come. But even people who ask me questions on stage,
Wow.
hey, I do this. This is what I do. If you have any questions and you want to develop with me,
Wow.
keep in touch.
That is fantastic.
Amazing.
So what advice would you give for someone who wants to get more involved and become, a speaker, or just get involved in Android in general?
So, I've never really seen myself as a speaker back. If you told me, hey, look, 2 months ago, you're gonna be a speaker, I'm like,
Yeah.
what? It wouldn't come to mind for me.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, I mean, if you're passionate about the topic, if you really
Yeah.
know what you're doing, even if it's, hey, I don't know this part of the thing,
Yeah.
don't worry. If you're passionate about something, you can
Yeah.
always pursue whatever you want.
That's true.
I mean, I don't do speaking as a fame or
Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah.
to increase popularity. I just do it because it feels natural. I know what I'm talking about, and I
Yeah.
want more people to know about what's going on apart from a development and sort, So
Yeah,
Pretty
very
cool.
cool. I know any DroidCon would love to have this talk because they like the interesting
it
stuff.
seems
so.
very unique from the rest.
Yeah.
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 It's very, very cool.
Pretty cool. And I look forward actually maybe in the future seeing you in New York.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
never know. Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. And also, just to say, a Gen Z, like, Android con, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I don't know what I was doing when I was 17.
It wasn't this.
Yeah, it wasn't this for sure. Let me see, 17. Oh, I was still in high school.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm also sort of saying, how many Maltese people came here? That's something I'm also questioning because we're a small island and
Yeah.
I want to know if there's any developers who are sort of in the same interest as I am. So.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
you remember any?
fantastic.
pretty cool.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for joining us. It was
Sure
a
thing.
pleasure to meet you. Pleasure
It
to
was a
talk
pleasure
to you.
talking to both of you.
Thank you very much.